with the winners and losers of the NFL offseason. We're going to give you the top 3 who we feel has won the most in this offseason, the franchises, the teams, obviously, and then the 3 that we feel have lost this offseason. So let's go.
Let's go into number 1. Let's go with the Eagles. I give them like a 4 out of 5 stars, right? I love the trade for A.J. Brown, right? That's a big time. I think he's a 1 receiver. I personally think he's a 1. I think he's got the demeanor and mentality of a 1 with the skill. He's big, he's strong, he can go up and make catches, great after the catch, rarely hurt. Love A.J. Brown. They go sign Hassan Reddick, who's been an underrated pass rusher the last 4 to 5 years. I love the Nakobe Dean draft pick, obviously the Jordan Davis draft pick. James Bradbury in the secondary. I mean, they've added a lot of really good high-end pieces.
Absolutely.
And I do hesitate with Jalen Hurts. I think that's why they're not a 5 out of 5, right? I think if you go make a splash at quarterback, you're a 5 out of 5. Or, not that A.J. Brown's not more of a splash, but you'll see when we get to, spoiler, the Raiders, when they made their splash in the receiving core, I weigh that a little bit heavier.
Right, because of, we all know what the Raiders did in signing Devontae Adams. We're not going to talk about that yet.
Right.
But I love the A.J. Brown pickup. I think that's the best move they made the entire offseason. Being able to acquire him, and they did it quietly too.
Yeah.
I mean, just, little swap and picks and snag A.J. Brown to kind of put some decoration on that offense, at least a little bit to carry some of the weight, because Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts. He's not the most accurate, so now you go get a guy that, you know what, it doesn't really matter. He's going to make him look great.
Got a really nice catch radius, strong hands, can go up and high point the football. I agree. Plus, he can turn like a slant into like a 75-yard touchdown any time, right?
So fast.
Don't make Jalen Hurts have to make 12, 13 play drives, right? Get him in a 1 or 2 play big hitter, right? Okay, winners. Another winner here. Let's do all the winners, then we'll get to the losers, right? So let's go with the Raiders for winner number 2. Like I said, you get Devontae Adams. If I had to give it a star, I'd probably go 4 out of 5 again. First of all, I think Chandler Jones is a top 5 pass rusher. I might go 5 out of 5.
Oh, man.
It's got to be 5.
Yeah, it's got to be 5.
The graphics right here. We've just finalized it. 5 out of 5. Here's the thing. I think the 2 most important positions outside of quarterback are wide receiver and edge rusher right now.
Yeah.
And so first of all, they re-signed Derek Carr. Boom, you got the most important position. You go get the best wideout in football to go along one of the best tight ends and one of the best slot guys in football. Really good. And then you go out and get a top... Go look at the stats. Chandler Jones is like 3rd or 4th in sacks over the last 8 years or something like that. Really consistent. He'll give you 13, 14 sacks every year in, year out. Doesn't get hurt a lot. Super
very
consistent,
reliable, yeah.
A veteran to go across from Max Crosby. So you get the 3 most important positions, and not only do you just get guys there, you get high-end talent there.
You get some dogs, yeah.
For me, that's a 5 out of 5. Now, I worry about the division, but then again, the Rams were in the toughest division too. You know what I mean? And they won a Super Bowl. So I mean,
you're either going to rise up with the pieces and the talent that you've built, or you're not. And I think it's uber important for the Raiders, especially in the situation they're in. I mean, you brought it up. No lie, they're in the AFC West. I'd say that is by far the most competitive division. I was having this conversation literally earlier today with someone. The AFC West is the most competitive division in all of football. I don't think it's that close.
I agree, and I think it comes down to quarterback play, and Derek Carr's a pretty good one. Okay, let's go with the Broncos, another team in their division. Unfortunately for Derek Carr and others, Russell Wilson just got out of the division. I'll give a 5 out of 5 to the Broncos. First of all, they completely rebuilt their defensive line. They added a pass rusher. They added a run stopper. So now you have one of the most important positions, edge rusher, locked up. He can stop the run. They have good youth in the secondary, so they'll be good for a while. And I talked about safeties earlier. They have a really, really good one. You add Russell Wilson. They have pretty good weapons on the outside, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, etc. I don't love that they lost Noah Fant, but I thought he was a little overrated anyway. I think their backup should, if he's 75% of Fant, I think they'll be happy with it. You got 2 good backs, an improving offensive line, and you get a young offensive head coach.
Absolutely.
For me, you check every box, right? You made the pivot to defense to offense. You go get the quarterback, you get a pass rusher, and you have good weapons. That for me is a 5 out of 5.
If we're playing the box check game, they got them all checked.
I will say the Eagles make a case for a 5 out of 5. I just worry about the quarterback. Right? I don't blame them for not moving off Hurts, but I think if they did and got a better quarterback, now granted the Deshaun thing would have backfired, but I mean, right now you put Jimmy G on that roster. What do you think? I think they can win a playoff game.
I think so.
I think they win a playoff game.
Yeah.
With Hurts, I think they might have a chance to get there, but not win one. All right, let's flip over to the losers. The Browns just gave $230 million guaranteed to a guy who has, 26 lawsuits against him now.
And the 66 private massages and mounting, it seems like. Every day you wake up, you check the news feed, there's something else.
Yeah, and more info coming out,
right.
Transcripts and statements from the victim, stuff like that.
Which is good. We need that.
I agree. And, by the way, not to mention, it gets worse. They also still on the books have Baker Mayfield's $18 million, and he's a backup. And I don't think if they want to move him, if they want to trade him, they're going to have to absorb a lot of that salary. Teams have said, we're not paying his $18 million. No. If you pay 12 of it, we'll take him. If they pay 12 of the 18, we'll take him. Like the Panthers right now, what they're paying to Sam Darnold, you can, and I don't know what Matt Carr's rookie deal is, but they have a lot of money tied up in their quarterback room for not a lot of production. You can't bring in an expensive guy and have like 4 quarterbacks deep with an expensive quarterback room when none of them stand out.
No, you're right. And I think the biggest problem with Baker is he's a liability in the team room.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's a toxic individual. We've seen it multiple times. It's not a secret. It's not like some breaking hot take to say that. Baker is... And he put himself in this position, too. He has given himself no market by being the way that he is. He's a talented enough quarterback, I think, to do really well with Carolina. And we talked about that a little bit. I think it'd be good there, but the Browns are going to have to eat a lot of money either way, and then they're going to be left with what to start? You don't have Deshaun, you don't have Baker.
Jacoby Brissett right now would start.
Throw him in.
Here would be my thing if I was Baker. I'd go to the Browns and say, I will start the first blank games of the season. At the trade deadline, you deal me. Deal? Cool. Good. Browns would love to get 8, 9 starts out of him. Deal him at the deadline. Baker will rise his stock. They'll get more for him. Baker will go to maybe not a better team, but a team that will start him.
Baker
love it.
Maybe rises his stock. Depends on how he plays.
We'll see. Another loser here. Let's go with the Cowboys. They lose their best receiver, their second best pass rusher, 2 of their top 3 linemen. Zeke's aging another year. So is Tyron Smith. I just don't really see it.
No.
And I think you needed to make a change at head coach. You didn't. I don't love what they've done.
They whipped in a couple spots.
Sorry, I forgot to say the Browns. The Browns, I'll give them a 2 out of 5 because I think they at least tried to upgrade. Backfired. Sucks for them, but they at least tried. Let's go with the Cowboys. 1.
Yeah.
You overpaid at quarterback, you overpaid at running back, and now here we are. Let's go with the Packers. I'll give the Packers a 2. Yeah. I will say, pretty good draft, and they have acquired some decent talent around them, and I think they still need to go get a wide receiver, but at the end of the day, you locked up one of the best quarterbacks in the game. You had a decent draft, but of course, you lose Devontae Adams. You still haven't acquired another number 1 wide receiver in an increasingly offensive-dependent league. Not sure how that's going to work. I don't love the direction of the franchise. A lot of their stars outside of Jair Alexander are aging. They a lot of money in running back. I'm not a huge fan of what they've done.
No.
A 2 out of 5 feels about right for me.
Yeah, I think so.